What's going on, guys? We are back with the second installment of our 50 states, 50 folklore, wives' tale, whatever you want to call it. And the second in alphabetical order is Alaska. So we are talking about the Kushtaka from Alaska. And in a hoodie today. It's a particularly chilly morning. We got our first little bit of snowfall for the year at my parents' house. This isn't my parents' house, but I'm visiting family. And so we will jump straight into it. So today, like we mentioned, we're talking about the Kushtaka, which is a mythical creature from native Alaskan mythology. Now, so this creature is a shape-shifting hybrid otter human being, kind of along the same lines as a skinwalker. Now, it is said that these Kushtaka have the ability to shapeshift from human to land otter. Getting straight into it, we talked about the name of this creature, the Kushtaka, but where it comes from is in the original native language of Tlingit from Alaska. This word, this name, directly translates to land otter man. It's a shape-shifting creature that can go from land otter to human. Sounds relatively harmless, but as we get into it, you'll see that it is quite the opposite. So according to a lot of first-hand reports and legends dealing with the Kushtaka, they can either travel alone or they can travel in packs, and once they have shape-shifted to a human being or human being adjacent, they will mimic the sounds, cries, voices of not only loved ones but also women and children in distress in an attempt to draw you into the forest to take your soul. In Alaskan folklore, it is said that the purpose of these creatures is to draw you in, kill you, and take your soul so that way you cannot be reincarnated. Horrifying. If the only thing keeping me between reincarnation and a potential eternity of my soul being damned to hell to suffer forever, quite terrifying. I'm not trusting any otters. So one thing I've noticed doing research for these videos is, because of TikTok and AI, the complete and utter, call it brain rotification of a lot of these wives' tales, folklore, creepypastas. Because you go and you look for images to use, and they're all these horribly ugly AI-generated thumbnails from TikTok. And so I'm sure that we can find some pictures of what this Kushtaka is reported to look like without having to insert a bunch of terribly made AI generated images. But enough of that sidebar. According to Alaskan folklore, one of the main ways to keep these Kushtaka away from you is dogs. Apparently they are terrified of dogs, and so long as whenever you are venturing through the Alaskan wilderness, if you've got your little furry buddy alongside, reports have it, fingers crossed, that you should be relatively safe. So one thing that I thought was particularly interesting when I was looking up things for this video, when I was doing my research for this video, was that while the majority of the reports of this creature are negative, some of them are very positive. There are many reports of this creature helping injured sailors, injured fishermen, injured campers. I don't know if the creature just wasn't hungry at the time, or if it was feeling particularly nice, I guess. There are several reportings of this reportedly evil creature doing acts of kindness. So with a creature as remarkable as the Kushtaka, it's not a surprise that the tale has lasted the test of time. We even see it today in a lot of modern pop culture-y references. There are various references of the Kushtaka in modern pop culture-y spaces, and there are various novels written by Pamela Ray Hudson, Garth Stein, Harry D. Klopp, William Giraldi, Anne McCaffrey, as well as Mary Gerardo Beck. Sorry for staring at the iPad, but there was no way I was going to remember all of those. As well as various accounts and references to the Kushtaka in series on the Discovery Channel, namely Missing in Alaska and Alaskan Monsters. So, you might be wondering what the local Alaskan population thinks about this legend of the Kushtaka. Now, the reports that I were able to find state that people kind of believe in the entire spectrum of it, from not believing at all to stating that they have seen it in person and they're tried, true, tested believers of the Kushtaka. Now, I'm not one to negate someone's personal experiences, someone's personal beliefs by any stretch of the imagination, and what I will tell you is that through my years of hiking and camping in the wilderness of Canada and Idaho and Montana and Washington, Oregon, Wyoming, is that your mind will do crazy things to you when you're out in the middle of nowhere, no cell reception. All you have is the shrieking of the wind, the crackling of your fire, and hopefully your friends around you. But also, on the other hand, you have no idea what's actually going on out there. So I'm not one to state whether someone's personal experiences were simply the noises created by actual animals outside their tent, or whether they were legitimate experiences with this creature, or maybe a trick of the eye, or a trick of the ear on their own adventures. So, in the conclusion of this video, I love stories, I love legends like the Kushtaka, animals that shapeshift, things along the lines of a skinwalker, a wendigo, a Bigfoot, anything like that. So I want to know, if you are, for some reason, you're from Alaska, you're watching this video, I want you to put down in the comments, because we have to do that now, because I'm trying to actually grow and see if this YouTube thing can work out. So leave a like, drop a comment if you believe in the Kushtaka, if you don't believe in the Kushtaka, or if you have had a personal experience with this land otter man. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one.